want to give an opening statement or just fire questions?
Whatever you want.
Fire questions. Let's go.
Y'all had a good spurt there, I think, from 17-4 to 17-10, and then another one, maybe it was 12-0 right before half. What were you doing well during that time?
First of all, you have to weather the storm when you play them. I mean, they're going to fire enough shots that you're going to face runs, and so we tried to, I told our team that we were going to use some timeouts to try to mess with rhythm whenever they got it, and so we used some, really just try to change what they had going on. And then, I think just generally that stuff's hard to answer sometimes until you watch film. What did you do well? We made more shots, I can tell you that. But we did move the ball. I thought at the end of the second quarter, we moved the ball so much better. Our decision making was really good. We took some easy plays, and when you do that, we've got some good little offensive players running around out there. And so if you move the ball, make easy passes, then we can get some shots that we like. And I think in the spurts that we played well, that's probably what was going on.
Tony, I know it's your first year, back at UCA. Just what do you like through the 4 games y'all played? What do you like about your team so far?
I think my favorite thing is probably just the general makeup and overall talent level of what we've gotten there kind of quickly. I don't think we're a finished product. And if you look on our roster, there's nobody. I think KP Kiera Prim says senior, but she can come back next year. So we've got a group that can stay together over the next couple years. And we've grown a lot. Tonight we grew a lot. Like this was a good environment for us to play in. I think that when we played well, that's what we tried to recruit to. If you watched us play in those spurts, that's what I want it to look like. We just have to learn how to make it look like that more often. And we have 10 new players. No one's ever played for me. It was going to be a process. And so some days, if you ask me, I'm like, we're a little ahead of schedule. Some days we're not, but I think we're in a good place. And I thought they fought hard. I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud, basketball is very up and down and you have to level off. And I thought emotionally we were that tonight in a difficult environment. So that's a good step forward. And there was times when we were taking pretty heavy punches, and there was times when we were delivering some little jabs, I'll call them.
And with as many years as you've been coaching, you've seen a lot of good freshmen. Just what do you think of Scott Brard and stuff?
She can fill it up. She can fill it up. And I don't even know. I thought the difference was, any time you play, you have to try to scheme to pick your poison. And Poffenbarger and Dowda shot the heck out of it. They made 6 threes between them. It is what it is. But they're capable of doing that. But you have to decide who you're going to try to let beat you, and then they did. Which is that you run the risk of that happening, and hats off to them for doing it. But I thought they were tremendous. Ball moved around, stuck with them. Poffenbarger, bang. And I thought that was kind of the difference in those lulls. We didn't want to give up a lot of layups. We probably did, but we fouled a lot. So, somehow we got to figure out no layups without free throws.
Poffenbarger was just sitting here talking about she and Dowd are confident together. And if you were going to do a scouting report for the next teams they play, what would you recommend? How to think about it?
Well, what I did didn't work. So, and I talked to Coach Neighbors before the game just about, I admire, they have a system and they coach their players confidently. And so they're going to have some really good nights, obviously, and they were that tonight. You play math, and sometimes the math doesn't come out on your side. And but they're really quality players, so that it doesn't surprise me that might have happened.
Just what do you think about this series? I know this is Arkansas's 3rd straight game in state. Neighbors has said he wants to go down and play y'all there. Just what do you think about keeping that in-state series going?
Yeah, I think it's obviously fun. I think this was a great environment to play in. I don't have the history of the Fair Center, but when we get them in there, there'll be a lot of people there. It'll be a nice crowd for Central Arkansas women's basketball. So I think that part's fun. These games are good learning experiences for your team. They help you get better. I do think it helped in that respect. And so it's, and we actually don't have as many Arkansas kids right now as I think we'll end up having someday down the road. We didn't have a lot of time. We invested as much as we could in Arkansas kids, but it's fun for Kinley Fisher to come in here and make some threes. It's fun for Cheyenne Camp as a freshman to play up here. And so, it's a good series. Appreciate the fact that it's played, and I appreciate Coach Neighbors' willingness to go out too and possibly play down at our place.